Hi and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I realized that I didn't film an intro for this reading vlog. I've obviously loved this book so much, so if you want to watch me slowly lose my sanity while reading it, then keep on watching. I'm on page 116 and what just happened? No. Oh my god, everything was going so smoothly. I'm so mad. There's no way that Yasna is dead, right? I'm kind of scared to Google spoilers, which I might, because I refuse. I tell you, I refuse to accept that Yasna is dead. Like, it's just no. No. No, 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 no. No. And also, what is going on with Pattern? Like, do we trust Pattern here? I don't know. I feel a little weird about Pattern, especially him being like, what, the lying spren or something? Do we trust Pattern or not? I'm on page 149. I can't believe that we've met Dvlov again. Dvlakv. I just realized that I've been pronouncing his name wrong the entire time. Dvlakv. Dvlakv, right? Or Dvlakv. How do you say his name? Dvlakv? Dvlakv. Okay. I did not expect him to come back. Like, at all. At all. I'm on page 164. And I knew that he would come back at some point. Like, what's his name? Emaram? I knew he would come back. And I do not want to see him come back. Like, I want him dead right now. And I'm wondering if he will recognize Kal or not. I'm saying Kal because I still don't know how you say his name properly. Is it Kaladin or is it Kaledin? I might say it as Rock. Was it Rock that said something along the lines of like Kalahdin? Let's just call him Kalahdin from now on because I like that pronunciation more. I'm about to read the interludes now. I've read about like 100 pages today already and I've got other stuff to do, but I just want to keep reading. I don't know. I'm on the page 216 and I just finished part 1 and the interludes. We have learned so much in the interludes, like how the Parshendi can bond with a different spren, and then that's how they create all these different forms. I was completely mesmerized when I was reading that chapter. And we have also learned about this civilization that basically lives on huge animals in the middle of the ocean. And the world building in this book is absolutely incredible. I mean, I'm even struggling for words right now. I don't even know how to describe what I'm feeling right now. I just love Words of Radiance even more than The Way of Kings probably, which I thought was absolutely impossible, but here we are. And also, there was a chapter of somebody else, like an elderly man who was bonding with a different spren, and he was killed. Okay, I'll just continue. I'm like 200 pages in, and I feel like so far things are just getting started. So I'm interested to see where this book will take me. I'm on page 240, and I'm sorry, but Pattern just creeps me out. Something about the way he speaks, and I guess like cryptics in general and their appearance just freak me out so much.
A few moments later.
I just did a test to see what kind of spren would I bond with based on my personality. As you do when you're just starting a book and you don't really understand the night orders or anything like that. Whatever. Guess what kind of spren would I bond with? based on my personality. That's right, a cryptic, of course. You know what? I'll take it. They sound kind of cool. Yes, they creep me out a little bit, but it sounds like they're not really bound by any oaths as much as the other orders, and in a way you're making your own truth. I to be honest, I kind of like that. I can see why that would fit me really. Also, this is one section of the results that usually the Order of Lightweavers, aka my order, have less morals usually than others, and I'm like, hey, like, I don't think so. I don't think I would say that about myself, really. I guess I don't like being boxed into a certain ideal, and I actually understand why I would fit into that order, as if that actually matters. As if now I could soul cast and cast illusions, right? Like, of course it doesn't really matter, but I keep thinking about it for some reason. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting, and I actually really like the magical powers that Shallan has, so I feel proud of my own order, you know. Even though like cryptics creep me out a little bit, I think that we could form a strong bond in the end, you know. All right. I'll just get back to reading now. Okay. I'm on the page 283, and I'm sorry, but I cannot stand Adolin in this book. Like, he is just so arrogant and unbearable, and I just want to slap him across the face multiple times. He's being such a dick to Kaladin for like no reason, just because like he's being threatened by him. I think that's what it is. Like, Adolin, in my opinion, is just being threatened by this dark-eyed Kaladin, and gosh, I really don't like Adolin in this book. I really liked his character in the first book, but in this book, gosh, I'm on the page 304, and I really like Shallan's development in this book a lot. She kind of has this fake it until you make it approach, and I feel like I can really relate to her. I really liked how she convinced the soldiers with her illusion. That was very cool. However, that scene made me so nervous. Even though technically she has a shard blade, I was still so nervous for her. I'm actually really curious where her story will go, and I must say that yes, Pattern is still creeping me out a little bit, but also I like him more and more as he starts to talk more. So I'm on the page 337, and oh my gosh, I could not breathe the whole time the assassin in white was there. I was so worried for everyone. Gosh, I cannot handle this amount of stress from a book. And also, I don't really like Tyne. Is it Tyne or Tin? I call her Tin, like tin foil, even though I feel like her name is actually supposed to be pronounced as Tyne. I'm not sure, but I don't like her at all. I'm on page 374. Can I just say, I don't know what I expected from the first meeting of Kaladin and Shallan, but it for sure wasn't this. How Shallan stole Kaladin's boots. No, I can't with this, I can't. I can already tell this is going to cause a rift between them in the future, and this scene, oh my god. I'm on the page 443, and Eshonai, no. I rooted for you. We all rooted for you. Gosh. You know, I was expecting this in a way, but at the same time, I did not want it to happen. So I was convincing myself that it's not going to happen. Of course it happened, and I'm so mad. Gosh, you just ruined everything. Mostly I'm mad at her sister though, of course. But at Eshonai too. Like, you were supposed to be the one that is the reasonable one and smart. What is this? I'm on the page 486, and I'm sorry, but what exactly is Shallan doing? What? So she just chose to stay with Sabarial instead of Dalinar, which I hope will be a good choice. I mean, this can go either really well or it will be really bad. And I sincerely hope that it is the former, but I guess we'll see. I'm on the page 507 and it looks like Sebarial actually might not be that bad. He seems quite genuine and smart, so it looks like it was a good choice. I'm on the page 521 and Renarin just wants to join Bridge 4. And honestly, he has earned my respect for this. It's kind of funny that now a prince wants to be in Bridge 4 amongst former slavesmen, but why not, honestly? And I really hope that Kaladin is going to accept him, because it seems like to me that Renarin just wants to do well for himself, but also to belong somewhere, and he doesn't really belong with his brother or father, at least personality-wise. So I would really like that for him. I'm on the page 544, and the encounter with Ghostbloods was so nerve-wracking. I mean, Shallan is just like, oh, I'm Vale. I am so confident, and this is giving me so much anxiety. It's interesting because I want to find out what happened with them in regards to her family, but still, it's making me so nervous. I'm on the page 598, and Moash just introduced Kaladin to his friends that want to assassinate the king, and I really don't like this. I can smell the trouble from miles away. And also Moash has put Kaladin into a really terrible position, because Kaladin has to protect the Colin family and, you know, the king, and now Moash wants his help to betray the king and kill him, and this is a mess. I don't like this at all. I used to really like Moash, but I don't know, there's something very fishy about this man. I'm on the page 712. I'm kind of counting the pages from both parts to make it more organized. And we have learned that Amaram is, well, technically he's not the one who killed Helaran, but Shallan thinks that Amaram killed her brother, Helaran, which I did not see coming. It's so interesting to see how the story is unfolding, and I think Shallan at some point has to learn that Kaladin was the one who killed Helaran, right? Today is Saturday, I don't have much to do, so I'll just try to read as much as I can. So I'll see you very soon, probably. Also, what the hell is Amaram doing with the maps? What's going on here? I'm on the page 731, and I finally have read the famous quote, "Honor is dead, but I'll see what I can do," by Kaladin. This fight stresses me out, okay? I'll just get back to reading because I need to know what happens. I'm on the page 749, and why is Kaladin jailed again? Gosh. I kind of understand a little bit. Well, actually, I don't really understand Alhokar, okay? I don't know what that man is doing. And I also assumed everyone gets a wish. The way Kaladin went about it wasn't the best, but I cannot blame him for that. And now we have interludes, so I want to read those today as well, because I want to also know what happens with Kaladin, but I don't want to skip the interludes. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Hello again. I just finished the interludes and I have so many thoughts. First of all, I really like Lift. I don't really know how old she is because she kind of seems like a 10, perhaps 12-year-old, 13-year-old, maybe. I don't know exactly. And her character is so interesting, and the way she interacts with her spren. I want to know more from her. And I think she will appear later on in the novels too. I mean, at least the novella is about her, right? Edgedancer. That's about her, right? She's an Edgedancer. There's no way that novella isn't about her. Okay, and Eshonai and the Persian D. Well, I'm disappointed but not surprised. I really wanted Eshonai to do better, but I guess that was just wishful thinking. So, great. Wonderful. I'm on the page 863. I've read so much today, I'm a little tired, but so much stuff has happened. First of all, I did not expect Adolin to also be in a cell as Kaladin. He had a better one, but still. Okay, I see. I mean, that man just earned at least a little bit of my respect. And also Shallan is part of Ghostbloods. She tried to, follow Amaram on this mission to see one of the heralds. Is it? Cannot stand Amaram, okay? He is shady as hell. God knows what he's doing. So much stuff has happened. And also, I need to also talk about Shallan's chapters, because I knew that she had a difficult time at home, but this is so much different than I thought. And also it appears to me that there's just some sort of darkness surrounding her father. Like, it feels like there is a piece missing, and I cannot grasp what it is, but still it feels like something is wrong with her father. He is not a good man, okay? Let's be honest. He is not a good man. I feel so bad for his new wife, Melise. Gosh, I feel like Melise is not gonna survive by the end of this novel. And still, I remember from The Way of Kings that Shallan was the one who killed her father. So far, I cannot really see how that is going to happen, but I'll just wait and see. Alright, I will not read any more chapters today because I am practically dying and my brain is fried. So I'll see you again the next day. I'm on the page 906, and why isn't Syl communicating with Kaladin anymore? I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
A few moments later.
Great, and now it seems like Kaladin lost his powers. Wonderful, just what we needed. I'm on to page 979, and did you read what I just read? Does anyone else want Kaladin and Shallan to be together? Because what was that? And why does Shallan have way more chemistry with Kaladin than with Adolin? I will be so disappointed if they don't end up together. By the way, I completely forgot to mention this last time because I was overwhelmed with Shallan and Kaladin, but this is not how I expected Shallan to kill her own father. I thought that perhaps she would use the tea, which she did. But then, when she strangled him with the necklace, I don't know, that was just something that I didn't expect from her, but perhaps I don't know her as a character that well yet. It was just so gruesome and disgusting and kind of surprising too. Hello again. So I'm on the page 1022 and I'm just about to start part 5. What is up with Teravengian and the diagram? What? I want to know more about that. I feel like Brandon Sanderson is always so good at just leaving mysteries and let it up to you to think about what it means, which I really love. I want to finish this book today. I don't have that many pages left, and I just need to know how this ends. Okay, so back to reading. Yes! Amaram is gone! Yes! 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 Wait, I need to calm down a little bit. What was that? I'm on the page 1079, and I actually feel kind of bad for the king. He's really trying his best. He's not really fit to rule, but at least he's trying. And I don't think he really should be assassinated for that. Let's see how this goes. Yes! Kaladin has his powers again. Oh my god, finally. Thank God. Thank God. Or Syl, specifically. I will protect even those I hate, so long as it is right. Why do I want to cry? I'm on the page 1147 and Shallan just figured out that the portal is a Fabrial and they're going to go to Urithiru. I cannot wait, okay? Also, this battle with the Pershindi is crazy. I'm around the page 1150 and this battle between Kaladin and Zeth, I cannot handle this. Did Adolin just kill Sadeas? Wait a minute, no, but it says, a second later a shard blade appeared beside Sadeas. His father's shard blade. Sadeas was dead. What? I guess that was a good thing. And I am finished with the book. This was one hell of a ride. I cannot even form my thoughts right now. And last time I did a discussion the other day, and I feel like I should do that also, but my thoughts are just completely scattered right now. I'm going to do the discussion, but it will be probably a really short one. I don't know. I'm just still like completely dumbfounded by what just happened. So okay, I'll see you in a minute. Hello again. It's been a few days since I finished Words of Radiance, and I've also read Edgedancer because I wanted to talk about it a little bit during this very brief discussion, I would say. So first things first. When I was still filming the vlog, I completely forgot to read the epilogue, where we have learned that Jasnah is actually alive! I am so happy because she was one of my favorite characters back in The Way of Kings, so I'm very glad that she's alive, she's well, she's onto something, and I cannot be more excited to read about her in The Oathbringer, which I will not start until November probably because I'm currently studying for an exam and I want to give Oathbringer like my full attention. So I've been just reading random books for my YouTube channel basically, and then once I will finish all of those projects and everything, I will start reading Oathbringer, which I'm so excited about. Alright, last time I did this, I talked about specific characters and their journey, so I'm going to do that this time again. Let's start with Moash. Now, I really tried to see something good in Moash, but that scene where he tried to assassinate the king and wouldn't really mind hurting or killing Kaladin in the process was exactly the moment where I have lost all respect for him. Kaladin gave him his shard blade and shard plate, and this man just turns around and backstabs him when Kaladin doesn't exactly do what he wants. So, I don't like Moash. Let's see what he will do in the later books, which I've heard is not very good either. Okay, Kaladin, I already talked about him a lot in my vlog. Just when he was about to gain his trust for Light Eyes, he was betrayed again by Elhokar, kind of. I can see why the king did it. Not that I would condone it, but I saw his reasoning for putting Kaladin in a cell, and originally he wanted to kill him, which I thought was way over the top. Which brings me to Amaram. I didn't really expect for him to be trialed or murdered in this book, so I was very excited when he at least was let off from the Knights Radiant Order, to which he wasn't even supposed to belong to. I don't know what the hell he was doing there. Okay, Adolin and Shallan. I don't really want Adolin and Shallan to be together. I don't know. Okay, you know what? Okay, let's start with Adolin and his character development. He was so annoying in like the first part of the book. I couldn't help it. He was like a typical rich, spoiled boy. He tried to do some good, but he was still getting on my nerves a lot. But when he decided to be in a cell as well as Kaladin, when basically Kaladin saved his life, that's when I started to like him again as a character. Shallan, one of the most messy and surprising developments of a character, especially in the flashbacks where we have learned that she killed both her mother because her mother saw some evil in her, and her father as well, which was so brutal. She was basically strangling him with, was it a necklace? I think it was a necklace, and singing a lullaby to him so he would fall asleep. Oh my god. That was a lot. She's obviously very smart. I've grown to like Pattern as well, and I actually like Pattern now more than Syl a little bit. Is that an unpopular opinion? I don't know. Shallan managed to navigate her new life in the war camps well, and the fact that she now started to use Veil as her like alternative persona almost makes me think that in the future she will act as like two separate people. That's my prediction. Obviously, I am afraid to look up spoilers and what's going to happen. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I was shipping Shallan and Kaladin together, but I think that Kaladin deserves someone a bit more level-headed. Even though I really like their dynamic together, I don't know. Oh, I didn't talk about Dalinar in this book. Not going to lie, when he decided to throw Kaladin into jail, I was so mad at him. I was like, I've trusted you! What are you doing? But he owned up to his mistakes in the end, and no one is perfect, right? I still like him as a character. And he is also part of the Knights Radiant now, right? I also haven't talked about Renarin. He also became one of my favorite characters. I feel like each character in the series is so different, and he had some mysterious fits, which we have learned what they actually were in the book. I feel like I have to reread the book now, because I want to go back. I know I shouldn't. I know I should continue. This happened to me with The Way of Kings too. Anyways, so his character development was one of the most satisfying, I feel like, and now he also is a Knight Radiant. I really liked Renarin because he was the opposite of Adolin. He wasn't acting like this spoiled rich bastard. He was just being himself. He was doing his best. He tried to learn how to fight properly, and I found myself rooting for him the entire time. In this book, we have also learned what really happened with Parshendi and Gavilar, and I was suspecting that something like that would happen. And then we've got the flashback of what actually happened and how Gavilar was so excited that the Parshendi gods are coming back, and they murdered him for it. And Eshonai, which I've trusted you, decided that it would be a good idea to connect with those gods again. I don't know where her brain went. She was kind of pushed into it, kind of wanted to avoid any catastrophes with her trying to bond with the spren of the other god / gods first, which didn't exactly work out, I guess, the way she wanted. You know what? I'm disappointed but not surprised. Also, Shen / oh my god, how do I say his name? R'lain? We have learned that he was a spy, which I wasn't that surprised by, but in the end he came back and he's still part of Bridge 4, which warmed my heart so much, and he at least tried to warn them against what was coming before the battle. So, oh, and I almost forgot to talk about Seth, because I felt so bad for him in this book. He doesn't have any free will. He was banished from his country area for saying that the Knights Radiance are coming back, and it looks like he will become one as well. And one character that I haven't really talked about yet is Lift, and her mysterious curse of staying young forever, which I really don't know what that means, and I'm afraid to look it up online because I'm going to find lots of spoilers. I enjoyed her as a character. She's so different compared to other characters. She's very childlike. She doesn't really care about the consequences as much, but at the same time, she is very smart. And now I feel like I have to talk about Edgedancer. So if you haven't read Edgedancer, please go and read it. It's not absolutely necessary, but I've had a good time reading it, and I always appreciate when the Stormlight Archive universe, aka the planet Roshar, expands. Now I will very briefly talk about what happened in Edgedancer. One thing that I didn't want to mention before was that she is very smart. At the same time, she's very childish, so sometimes she has this mega plan of, I don't know, attracting attention, and she also tried to help the poor people by giving them some grains, which tells me that she has a very good heart as well. Her plans usually consist of some craziness and wreaking havoc wherever she can, but then we learned that she didn't do it just because, it was actually part of her plan. And we have also learned that darkness is actually hunting down another potential Knight Radiant, and we thought that it will be another child, which turned out to be this very unpleasant woman. Also, I have to mention this weird ass crab guy that apparently was a part of another novel that Brandon Sanderson never published. It's supposed to be this creature just consisting of, I don't know, hundreds, thousands of different crabs. And apparently we have met some crabs of this weird creature before because they look more unusual than a regular crumbling would. Oh, and I would almost forget. Why do I always forget about Seth? That Seth was actually part of this weird group. I don't know exactly if they belong to Ghostbloods or to somebody else, including Darkness. So this poor man, and again it seemed like that he's doing something that he doesn't want, and I hope that things will get better for him in the later novels. And lastly, I have really enjoyed this setting in the city of Yedo. I always appreciate when the world expands and we get to meet new cultures, new people, new customs. So overall, I've had a great time reading Edgedancer as well. And thank God that Lift got her pancakes in the end. Alright, so that will be it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.